Hey guys, Roxbox90 here. This is my video on Mental Misstep getting banned. Yeah, it's banned in Legacy. Seriously. So, okay, so I saw the uh, Magic show a couple weeks ago, I think it was, and he was talking about Mental Misstep and Dismember and how they break the color pie and how they are way too powerful and undercut the whole game, yada yada yada. Okay, and I agree. I agree with all that. My difficulty is that I mean, if you ban Mental Misstep, why don't they ban Dismember? I mean, Dismember is being played in every sideboard of every deck ever. It's the most powerful removal spell. It makes Go for the Throat look like a pansy. It's ridiculous. So they're banning Mental Misstep. So everyone who's collected Mental Missteps or has them in decks or traded / spent the money to get them in foil or whatever, all gone. And it's not like Mental Misstep's being constantly being played, but they've only been for a month. It's been what? It's new for actually. It's only been what was it? So New for actually came out in the beginning of the year time. So it's been less than 6 months. It's not like Jace and Stoneforge, who they spent the better part of 2 years completely breaking the entire format beginning to end, and they already banned Mental Misstep. It's I don't know. I'm kind of very frustrated with it. I mean, I can see why they got so upset with it, um, but all it did was slow down the format. That's all it did. It was in decks would play it to counter mental missteps to counter mental missteps, and it slowed a 3-turn win condition format to a 4 win condition format, and they still banned it. So yeah, I don't want to make like a long video ranting about it and so on, but I'm still kind of disappointed with the way it ended up turning out. I think it's either A, too soon to ban Mental Misstep, and B, it's unfair given its incredibly high value that they would drop it down immediately out of Legacy and make it's banned in Legacy. So yeah, sure, it might be in Standard, and that will be for whatever another year or 2 years. But once it moves out of Standard, I can see them banning it in Modern. If they banned it in Legacy, I mean, they tried to make Modern a format that's manageable, but they banned a lot of stuff that has been promised in the past for it. But at the same time, like they left Aether Violin, for instance. So Mental Misstep would be a counter to that card, which I mean, in my mind at least, is in many ways totally broken. But I mean, they're getting rid of it. So that's one aspect of it that it kind of frustrates me. The other thing that frustrates me about it is that you make a card like this, and it's not like R&D. It's just like, oh, this is kind of cool. Let's just print it. I mean, they spend time with the cards. They don't just release them and then that's that. Uh, because oh, this is a cool card. Let's print it. Okay, they do. They're at least supposed to take into account the effect on the game of the cards they're making, particularly ones that are controversial. Like I know Mental Misstep was controversial, as was Dismember, when they were making New Phyrexia. So I just don't understand how a card like this, if it was so powerful and if it was so priced the way it was, what they weren't thinking that it would be crazy in Legacy, or that would be crazy, and Dismember would undo I mean, undo the color pie and make every deck have the best removal spell, one of the best removal spells ever printed. I mean, it's not even like they underestimate the Phyrexian mana, because that, I mean, they have a bunch of stuff that's crap with Phyrexian mana. Um, so I don't know. I mean, in my case, I felt that it was kind of that it was slightly rushed. It had not broken the format, despite it was annoying. Everyone had it, but it wasn't like they're $20 a piece and everyone has to have one, or they're not like 80 like Force of Will. Force of Wills are $80. I mean, it's not like that. They're $3 4. Most people can run them. It's not like, oh well, that's a reason that in like it's a fairly short time, and it hasn't broken every format, which is what Callblade with Jason and Stoneforge did. So yeah, so I'm kind of disappointed with it. I'm hoping that uh, that goes away. That they reconsider when they're not that goes away when that they reconsider making when they're making cards. They have to seriously start doing that, because next we'll see they ban Dismember next week. Um, I mean, and then where does it end? Where does it end? That what every set from now on is going to have a couple of amazing cards that then afterwards get banned. I mean, you had Worldwake, you had Jason Stoneforge. Now then you had New Phyrexia, which is what 3 sets after, or 4 sets after, and they're already dropping the bomb on that one and banning some more cards. It's incredibly irritating as someone who likes to collect cards and trade cards that that there doesn't seem to be a lot of thought going in with some of these things. So that's one thing. Two, I'm just going to quickly say about Innistrad because it was spoiled, and I want to get my 2 cents in. It's looking like a great set. I was really happy that Snapcaster Mage exists, and hopefully hopefully it plays out well. I'm going to go to pre-release, and I'll update you guys with what's new. So yeah, we'll see what happens.